Diana was just 19 years old when she walked down the aisle in a wedding watched by millions. Draped in her iconic gown, she became the world's princess overnight. Yet behind the grandeur of the ceremony and the glitter of tiaras, her life was anything but the fairy tale it seemed. From the start, her marriage to Prince Charles was shadowed by the presence of another woman, Camilla Parker Bowles. Diana later revealed how she felt like an outsider in her own marriage, famously stating, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded."
I think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
The emotional toll of Charles's ongoing affair with Camilla was devastating for Diana. She entered the royal family full of hope, only to find herself trapped in a rigid, unsympathetic institution. The royals, steeped in tradition, were unprepared to deal with her emotional vulnerability. Diana's struggles with bulimia and depression only deepened as she found herself increasingly isolated.
And that's like a secret disease you inflicted upon yourself because your self-esteem is at a low ebb and you don't think you're worthy or valuable.
Inside the palace, she felt like an actor on a stage, performing perfection while dying inside. James Hewitt, the riding instructor, turned lover. During one of her lowest moments, Diana met James Hewitt, a charismatic cavalry officer who worked as her riding instructor. Hewitt became her confidant and eventually her lover.
Whenever she was at my home in Devon or with me, she said she didn't suffer from that.
For Diana, Hewitt offered something she had been missing for years: genuine attention and affection. Their 5-year affair was an escape from her stifling royal life. Diana once said, "He was a great friend when I needed one the most." Their relationship, however, wasn't without complications. The press got wind of their romance, and after their breakup, Hewitt betrayed Diana by selling details of their affair to the tabloids. The betrayal hurt her deeply, but it also hardened her resolve to find a love that couldn't be tarnished by greed or public scrutiny.
Most hurtful of all the claims made about their affair was that James is Prince Harry's father, a view some even still believe today.
Are you Harry's father?
No, I'm not.
Dr. Hasnat Khan, her Mr. Wonderful. In 1995, Diana met Dr. Hasnat Khan, a Pakistani heart surgeon, during one of her hospital visits. Khan was different from anyone she had been with before, reserved, principled, and unimpressed by her royal status. Their relationship blossomed in secret, and Diana found herself drawn to his quiet strength. She called him her Mr. Wonderful and even considered converting to Islam to marry him. Their love was genuine but fraught with challenges. Khan was a deeply private man who struggled with the relentless attention Diana attracted. Paparazzi often followed her to Khan's apartment, making it impossible for him to live a normal life. Despite their deep affection, the pressures of being with one of the world's most famous women proved too much.
Him?
I did, yes.
May I just ask you if he was a nice man?
He was lovely. Really lovely man. Yes.
And did he love her?
He did.
Dodi Fayed, the Summer of Freedom. After her divorce from Charles, Diana's life took a new direction. In the summer of 1997, she began a whirlwind romance with Dodi Fayed, the son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed. Unlike her previous relationships, Dodi offered Diana a world of glamour and excitement. He lavished her with gifts, flew her on private jets, and whisked her away to exotic destinations. Their relationship was a stark contrast to the emotional intensity she had shared with Hasnat Khan. With Dodi, Diana seemed carefree, almost like she was reclaiming her youth. Their romance dominated headlines, with paparazzi obsessively documenting their every move. Rumors of an engagement swirled, though Diana reportedly told close friends that she was simply enjoying her freedom. Tragically, their love story was cut short. On August 31st, 1997, Diana and Dodi were killed in a car crash in Paris as their driver tried to escape a swarm of paparazzi. The world mourned the loss of a princess who had dared to seek happiness, even when it meant defying royal conventions. the legacy of her search for love. Diana's relationships weren't just about romance. They were acts of defiance in a life filled with restrictions. Each affair revealed a different facet of her humanity. With James Hewitt, she found companionship in her darkest hours. With Hasnat Khan, she experienced a love so real that she considered giving up her royal identity. With Dodi Fayed, she embraced a sense of liberation and joy she had long been denied. Her search for love wasn't about scandal or rebellion. It was about reclaiming her identity in a world that tried to strip it away. Diana showed that even a princess could be vulnerable, flawed, and deeply human. Her courage to love and live authentically, despite the pressures of royalty, made her an icon not just of style and grace, but of resilience and heart. Diana's life reminds us that fairy tales aren't perfect, but they can still be inspiring. She proved that happiness is worth fighting for, even when the whole world is watching. And though her story ended far too soon, her legacy as a woman who dared to follow her heart will live on forever.